Encouraging special needs children and neurodivergent children to eat new foods is something that is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. Now, yes, you see my journey with the Queen of Down syndrome, but fun fact, I've always worked with special needs children. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, sometimes it's like just eat anything, just to eat food. Now, if you follow the Queen of Down syndrome over on Instagram, you will see the amount of healthy, nutrient rich, diverse foods she eats, and it comes from somewhere. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 hacks that I found over the last 19 years that worked with the Queen of Down syndrome. If you yourself have any additional tips or tricks, leave them below, because these are 5 of probably the hundreds that we've ever tried. So, tip number 1, fun lunch boxes. We have lunch boxes in all different shapes and sizes, and that is the key. Look, this one is smaller, and thank you guys so much for purchasing it from her birthday. Smaller, different, less foods. We have a larger one where she can choose 3 foods, and you think, what's the big deal? They're lunch boxes. But let me tell you, on a day, here, and this one, on a day where she's, let's say, interested in having less food options, well, guess what? She'll pull out this one. On a day where she's not so hungry but wants a ton of different options, she'll pull out this one. And this basically gives her autonomy, and these are only some of her lunch boxes that she's collected over the years, and like I said, we couldn't have done it without you guys. And basically the night before, she preps her own lunch, and just having the lunch boxes available allows her to kind of make the choice. She shows up at the kitchen with one of these or others, and we kind of get a feeling of, does she want more foods? Does she want less foods? And that kind of is a subtle message for us of the choices we're going to present. Tip number 2, this one is kind of a fun one. And this is just to have fun things to add to the lunches. They really don't do much. They're little, for example, this one, if she chooses to cook chopped meat or eggs, we can put it in here. It's the same chopped meat or eggs, but it looks like a star. So just to have these fun little cutouts. This is another one for eggs, kind of to make heart shapes. We have these guys, sometimes they're just silicone cupcake tins. For example, if she wants to put her blueberries in, it doesn't change the food, but it gives it the fun factor. So just to have an assortment of things that make lunch fun. Now, yeah, like I mentioned, she has all of these at her disposal, but the next tip is accessibility. So quite frankly, we live in a small space, and we're just don't have the space to, or thought we didn't, to set her up stuff. So what I did was I had 2 IKEA bookshelves, get them anywhere, but I happen to have had them. I emptied them out, turned them sideways, and we displayed her lunch boxes in them. The one thing I did buy was a mini fridge. We put that up, and so the food is fully accessible to her. She could choose her lunchbox. She could choose her accessories. She could choose her foods, her fruits, her vegetables, her junk. We'll get to that later. Whatever she wants, it is fully accessible to her, which means she doesn't have to come and ask me for something. So let's think of this story where in the past, if I'm busy, this was even before Princess P, where at one point I was in college, my mom worked full time. It does work full time, and it's just crazy here. And the queen would ask for a snack. Well, if it wasn't accessible, can I actually go to the fridge, pick out a fruit, pick out a vegetable, wash it? There's all these things that we had to, it was 2 seconds to get her that cucumber, but there were all these obstacles that at some point she couldn't open the big fridge. She can open her mini one, but at some point she couldn't open the big fridge. So it was easier to just hand her a bag of chips, hand her something that was just accessible. And now she has full access to her things, which leads me to tip number 4. And how do we stock up her food? And it's very simple. She comes with us grocery shopping. It actually has evolved over the past, I would say 5 to 8 years, where in the past I would let's say, buy 2 fruits and say which is the third one you want, to the fact where now she's 19 and we actually have a discussion and it goes something like this. So, hey queen, what do you want for lunch this week? What do you want for snacks? Is there any specific salad? She's interested in fruit salad. That's something my family, my siblings, myself, my mom, due to allergies and just tastes, we're not interested in that. And again, you followed her on Instagram and see her videos. She's actually making full fruit salads because now she has the autonomy to actually make her shopping list and say, okay, this is what I want for the week. And the stuff that she chooses, which again, it's not everything in the house. No, she doesn't have access to like, all of the meats and the proteins and the dairy-free cheeses. No, but we will actually take a portion of what she shows interested in, what she's interested in, and we'll actually put it in her fridge so she can go and take it by herself. Which leads me to the last tip, and that is, and I know many of you will disagree, and I just want to kind of drill into you guys, most of the foods that she eats you can fully see on her Instagram channel. They are fresh foods, they are healthy foods, they are nutrient dense foods. And how did we get there? Is because we always keep a supply of junk. And no, we do not go out and just buy junk, but from time to time we may pick up a few bags of chips, and again, it's all accessible to her. From time to time, especially over the holidays when people give her snacks, we don't tell her what she can or can't eat. We stick it in her bin. If she chooses to eat it all in one day, which at some point in her life she did, that's okay. And if she chooses to, kind of keep it longer, that's okay too. And what we're seeing is actually the opposite. Even though she has full access to her, what we as adults will perceive as junk, she's not going for it. Yes, there are some times, and I believe it happened a week before I filmed this video, where she chose, I believe, a bag of chips or something and a ring pop. Two things that I classify as junk because they don't add nutritional value to her diet. But you know what? That was one day. So if 7 days she's eating nutrient dense blueberries, bananas, apples, she chose it. They're all in her fridge. She could have easily gone for the ring pop every day. And if she's eating it often, I probably would have replaced it. She could have easily gone for her chips every day, and same thing. But the fact that she has access to everything is proving to me she wants the fruits, she wants the vegetables, and she wants everything. And just by giving her access to mostly nutrient dense foods, letting her have the choice in it, she's actually making choices that I don't have to fight her on. So if you have a child who's special needs or neurodivergent, let me know your top, tips, tricks, or whatever it is that kind of encourages your kids to eat healthy. And I'm not going to share it, but if you guys want, let me know in the comments below. Princess P actually has a horrendous history on food and eating, and I would actually like to film a video of what I learned from the Queen of Down syndrome and how it literally has helped Princess P overcome her eating disorder. And it was so severe, you are not going to believe what happened. So stay tuned, because I really want to share with you how doing all of this for the Queen of Down syndrome has literally saved Princess P's life. So thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good day.